Why did slaves agree to have children, even knowing that their kids would be slaves? In ancient Greece and Rome, male slaves were sometimes forced to wear penis rings to keep them from having erections because their masters didn't want them to have children. In the United States, slaves' children were as much property as their parents were, and some slaves were so desperate to spare their children that fate that they murdered them. Toni Morrison's novel Beloved is based on a true story of an escaped slave woman who, as slave catchers were closing in on her, alived one of her two children and almost managed to alive the other. I have read, probably in the slave memoirs compiled by the WPA during the Depression, that one ex-slave woman said it was easy to alive a baby by piercing its brain with a needle, and some slaves forced to work as nursemaids to their master's children murdered the master's babies that way. Infant deaths were not uncommon in the 19th century, and forensic medicine was not advanced enough to detect a tiny pinhole in a baby's head. And if the nursemaid was suspected and blamed, well, even if she was executed or sold away, at least she'd alived a future slave owner. Yes, this sounds callous because it is callous, but unrelenting anger and misery could have that effect on the enslaved. One slave couple, William and Ellen Craft, staged an audacious escape precisely because they didn't want to have children who'd be born into slavery. Ellen was so light-skinned that she could pass for white.